dreams wish you well. Oh yeah, all dreams wish you well. All dreams wish you well. Oh yeah, all dreams wish you well.
I had a hard time hearing the callers last time, so make sure they're loud enough. Okay.
Know your dreams and know yourself. Know for sure all your dreams. Always wish you well. Scary dreams and happy dreams do always wish you well. Come on, everybody dream on. Everybody dream on. Know your dreams and know yourself. Cause all dreams wish you well. Scary dreams, strange dreams, all dreams wish you well. Oh yeah, all dreams wish you well. All dreams wish you well. Oh yeah, all dreams wish you well. Know your dreams and know yourself. Know for sure all your dreams. Always wish you well. Scary dreams and happy dreams do always wish you well. Come on, everybody dream on. Everybody dream on. Know your dreams and know yourself. Cause all dreams wish you well. Scary dreams, strange dreams, all dreams wish you well. Oh yeah, all dreams wish you well. All dreams wish you well. Oh yeah, all dreams wish you well. Know your dreams and know yourself. Know for sure all your dreams. Always wish you well. Scary dreams and happy dreams do always wish you well. Come on, everybody dream on. Everybody dream on. Know your dreams and know yourself. Cause all dreams wish you well. Scary dreams, strange dreams, all dreams wish you well. Oh yeah, all dreams wish you well. All dreams wish you well. Oh yeah, all dreams wish you well. Know your dreams and know yourself. Know for sure all your dreams. Always wish you well. Scary dreams and happy dreams do always wish you well. Come on, everybody dream on. Everybody dream on. Know your dreams and know yourself. Cause all dreams wish you well. Scary dreams, strange dreams, all dreams wish you well. Oh yeah, all dreams wish you well. All dreams wish you well. Oh yeah, all dreams wish you well. Know your dreams and know yourself. Know for sure.
Hello. Hi, dreamers. This is Patricia Eltinge, and this is Know Your Dreams. And if you don't know me already, I'm a transactional analyst specializing in dream analysis. And my book that you can find here on the screen, The Dream Class, Know Your Dreams, Know Yourself. And being able to contact me is on below the screen. And please don't forget to click subscribe and stay tuned to my YouTube channel each Wednesday. So while I'm waiting for a caller, I will tell you what exactly is a dream. Well, our dreams are a way that our unconscious mind comes in contact with our conscious mind. So when we're sleeping, we are processing all the data that we've collected in our lives, but especially in the moment and in that day, we collect all the data, everything we see, touch, taste, smell, experience is collected and it's put into the mix in our subconscious mind, below the conscious mind, and then it is recontextualized. Some of it is paper shredded and discarded, and what's needed, what our subconscious mind deems necessary, we reload it and store it as memory. So that data then can be used another time when we need to get messages and answers for our current life. So that being said, I think we have a caller, and I'm ready for the caller. Hello?
Hi,
How are you? Who am I speaking with?
I'm good. My name's Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. What can I do for you? Do you have a question about a dream, or do you have a dream to share with us?
I mostly have this dream. It's really weird. So I thought I'd just call in and share and
Get some
understand what
feedback.
it means.
Oh, yes, I'm happy to
Yeah.
do that.
Okay. So my dream is I have this belly button and it's big and it produces
You have a what? A belly
the
button?
eros. Yes, in the dream,
Yes.
I have a belly button in real life,
Yeah,
but
I
it's pretty
understand.
small.
In the dream, you're
Okay.
about the belly button. Okay.
Yes, and it produces this. Have you ever seen that Eros chopstick? EOS chapstick?
It's a chopstick.
It's it's a chapstick. It's like
Oh,
they sell
chapstick.
it
Oh,
when you're
chapstick. Okay.
yeah, chapstick. It's circular, and they sell it at the store, and I don't like it, but it's always in that dream to where it's coming out of my belly button.
This
And
chapstick stuff is coming out of your belly button.
yes,
So it's the material that the chapstick produces that's coming out of your button, or is it the whole encasement?
the material.
The material. Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody has the chapstick coming out of their belly button, and they don't act like something is amiss that there's chapstick coming out of my belly button. People just casually ask to use the chapstick coming out of my belly button.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like it, but I also just feel obligated to say yes. And I try and, kind of flatten it out, but it's something that everybody knows, even though I don't tell them.
Okay. Well, then okay, is there more to the dream? Or it's basically that's the symbol
that's basically that's the gist that
the main
keep
symbol
happening.
in the dream that's strange for you. Okay. Well, this oozing stuff is emulating life fluid. And this is some life source that you produce, and people feed off of it. So in your waking life, I ask you, how is it in your waking life? Do you feel used in some way?
Yeah, I'm definitely a people pleaser.
So you're a people pleaser, and you are a giver.
Yeah.
And you're giving of yourself. And does it sometimes feel one way and it's not reciprocated?
Yes.
Okay, so this, when our dreams bring us messages for us to contemplate on, and in this particular instance, it's time for you to contemplate where you are not getting fed yourself or where you don't feel reciprocated, and how much of yourself are you going to continue to give until there's nothing left to give. So knowing that you're a people pleaser, as you say, and it's evident in the dream that you're overgiving, and women who are in their masculine and not nurturing their own feminine, or being nurtured in their feminine, meaning being given to, because you were born in a female body, however you self-identify, you were still born in a female body, and you you feel good, you feel better when there's some reciprocity and you feel given to, not only giving, because you will build resentment. You will build resentment if you continue to give and not feel given to. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah. It's almost at the point where it feels awkward. Like I just I don't know, it's like I don't like it when people don't reciprocate, but then when they do, I feel just immense guilt.
You feel like what?
Guilt.
Yeah, Well, I will ask you then, you sounds to me like you were raised to be a boy rather than to be a girl, because little girls are often more comfortable, well, they are more comfortable to be given to and receive, and then give back when comfortable. So what you can practice in your life is receiving graciously, appreciatively, with gratitude, receive, and give in return. Give of yourself or give stuff. But however, there's lots of ways of giving, but sounds like you give of yourself. Now you're ready to receive first and give back. I think you'll feel a lot better if you are receiving and giving back.
Yes, I will. My therapist says some similar stuff. I don't tell him about the chapstick, but
okay, well, I'm glad you shared that with me. So this confirms that you're ready to receive. You're ready to turn that around and receive and give back rather than give first, waiting to be given to because you're building resentment.
Yes.
Well, thank you for calling, Rachel. I hope you call again.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, and I have another caller, I believe. I'm ready for the next caller.
Hello?
Hello, who am I speaking with?
Audrey from Austria.
Hi, Audrey.
Hello, Patricia.
Do you have a dream for us?
So I would like to tell you about a very strange dream. I'm 75 years old, and I dreamed I was pregnant.
Oh, how exciting.
Yes, and I was pregnant, and everybody kept saying to me, think about this because you're in your 70s. And I kept saying, I am going to have this baby. Yep.
And you were going to, and how did you feel when you were saying that?
Very positive.
So you were ready for it in your dream. So in our dreams, Audrey, our dreams come to us in symbolic terms. So it doesn't mean that you want to have a baby at 75 years old, but it means, so in this dream, you were pregnant, already pregnant, right, in the dream?
Yes.
So this means that symbolically, you are ready to birth something in your life. You're ready to, there's something emerging for you in your life that part of you was not ready for, because everyone and everything in your dreams is an aspect of yourself. So there were aspects of yourself, those other voices telling you, oh, you're too old to do this. But you said, I'm ready for it. So your subconscious mind is telling you you're ready for this birthing, so to speak, of is there something going on in your life where you're ready to have it emerge? What is going on in your waking life that is emerging for you?
Well, I could think of a few things that could fit this bill, and it's a lovely and positive outlook.
Well, let's have a specific. I like
which
specifics.
I could be having. I'm having a new daughter-in-law, and maybe have a new project.
Okay, so I asked
in
you,
business.
I asked the dreamer in this, you have a new is the project coming to fruition, I will ask you?
Hopefully, yes.
Well, hopefully, because there were some parts of you in the dream that was hesitant. So were you at some point hesitant to have this come to fruition?
Oh, yes, I was sick of this project.
Okay, well, those were the negative voices. Okay, so this is what your subconscious mind is doing for you. It's sifting out the negativity, because ultimately you said, I want it. I'm ready for it. And that was your center, even though there were negative voices, your other negative voices saying, no, don't do this. But your final voice was, I want this. So you are finally ready to overcome some negativity that you had about it and go forth with it, with your energy moving forward.
Well, that is lovely, because that is, I believe, what drives people forward in life towards success.
That's right. Not to ruminate and not to hold themselves back with their negative voices. But sometimes our voices, all our dreams wish us well, by the way. And so sometimes we get negative things going on in our dreams, but ultimately they're positive messages, because the messages are coming to help us have clarity. So in this dream, your clarity came to you that you are ready to move forward and have this project come to fruition.
So a nightmare could wish us well?
All nightmares, or I don't call them nightmares anymore, just sometimes scary images. So I'd like to thank you for this call and call again. Again, my information for private sessions is below, and the book you can find on Amazon. And definitely, everyone, click the subscribe button and continue tuning in. And again, thank you, Audrey. And I would like to welcome the next caller. And again, referring somebody.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Patricia?
Yes. How are
Hi.
you? Who is this?
I'm good. My name's Kristen.
Kristen, how are you this evening? And what can I do for you in the dream department?
I'm doing really well. Well, Patricia, my question is, I tend to have a lot of apocalyptic dreams. I've been having them a lot recently, but there's one from a couple of years ago that I've never forgotten about, just because it was very dramatic. But in this dream, the sky was completely red. There were 3 full moons in the sky, and all of the planes that were in the air were crashing to the ground. And I was just kind of like watching the world burn.
And how long ago was this, or about what age were you? You said this was a previous dream from a few years ago?
Yeah, this dream happened when I was about 24. I'm 29 now.
So I like to relate to the dreams in your waking life. So in your waking life at that time, I would say what was going on, that you were having some drama going in your life, but you were up in your head and you were coming back, crashing down into your feelings. Because when we're up in our head, planes and things up in the sky, or tall buildings or anything, when we're up high, we're up in our head. That's our masculine. So we have our dreams in categories of people, nature, and things, but then there are also subcategories of the yin and the yang, which is the masculine and the feminine. So when you're up in the sky, and everything in your dreams is an aspect of yourself, including those planes. So though you are up in your head, maybe working hard or striving hard, maybe, and that's we're in our masculine, whether we're male or female. When we're working and striving and achieving, we're in our masculine mode because we're all both masculine and feminine. So when we're working again, we're striving, we're achieving, and at this time you felt, and then when we come back down, when things crash and go down, it doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means we're down into our feeling centeredness. And sometimes we come crashing down into our feelings, out of our head, out of our work mode, out of our thinking mode, out of our aggressive go-get-em mode. And sometimes we just come right back down to our feeling centeredness. And it's sometimes almost like a shock to come from one to the other. There's not always a smooth transition. So what, might I ask, was going on at that time of your life when this was going on?
Well, I was coming towards the end of my time living in New Orleans, which I left because of, just abusing alcohol and partying a lot. So maybe that was
well, when women use and drink and use mind-altering chemicals, they become in their masculine. And so when you come out of that, you're going to get back down into your feelings. When men use and abuse, they are in their feminine. This is the paradox of men and women and using. So when men are doing it, they're in their feminine. When women do it, they're in their masculine. So you were ready to come crashing down into your feminine from that time. And so how was it? You came crashing down, and then that wasn't a repetitive dream. That was just at that time.
Yeah, and it just really stuck with me. But yeah, I've been having more recently just random, very violent moments in my dream that don't really faze me. This one's kind of ridiculous, but like I was at an amusement park with my family, and we witnessed a child getting ejected from a roller coaster, and we kind of went about our night.
Okay, well, like I said, when something is up high, was the child a male or female?
I think it was a little boy.
Okay, so boys in our dreams actually represent the feminine. So that's the yin part of us. So that little feminine part of you is being tossed out of this, of being, your feminine was being tossed out of going back up into the cosmos again, up into your head, into being masculine, and came right back down to earth. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a scary thing to witness, but what you're seeing is you want to stay in your feminine. Your unconscious mind, your subconscious wants you to be in your feminine. So when you start going out there again, up high, get in your head and in your masculine, it wants to bring you right back down into your feminine. So that's very good that you called in, and I'm glad that I could share with you. I'm glad that you could share with me, and I could share you my thoughts on your dream.
Thank you so much.
Call in again and press subscribe button, and thank you again. Thank you.
Thank you, Patricia.
Now,
have a good night.
I'm waiting for my next caller, I can refer to my book, Know Your Dream, the Dream Class, Know Your Dreams, Know Yourself.
Ooh.
Oh, hello. And Chapter 7 is How to Capture Your Dreams. And we will talk about that again. Is there a caller waiting here? Hi.
Hi.
Who is this?
Hi, this is Anna, Patricia. Thank you for answering my call.
This is Amber?
So I was just calling it Anna.
Anna. Hi. Okay.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Do you have a
Great.
dream?
So I recently had a very scary nightmare. I dreamt that I was in the same hotel that I was staying at, and I was suddenly awakened by something pulling off my blanket on and off. I kept trying to pull it back up, but it just wouldn't let me pull it back up. I couldn't see what it was. When I finally pulled it back up and got up, I saw there was a scary figure on my window. I put my hand over the figure to try to remove it, and then suddenly an older woman's face showed up that was extremely creepy on the window screen, and I was frantically trying to get rid of it, and it just wouldn't go away.
So when you when after you did the blanket tug of war, then you got up to the window and you said there you saw a face there or you saw a figure there at the window?
A figure, yes,
Uh-huh.
staring at me.
And then you put your hand over it, you said, or your finger?
Yeah, my hand over the figure, and it suddenly turned into an older woman's face, a very scary one.
Okay, so this represents scary thoughts. You have old scary thoughts, thoughts that have been with you for some time that have been buried. So I can ask you if you, at some time in your life, if you had a traumatic event or some molestation or something like that, and um, the tug of war with the blanket, your blanket is your protection and your covering. Anything covering our bodies is representing some kind of protection, like coats and things like that, is our body armor, our protection. And you're feeling like your protection is being taken away from you, and you wanting this scary thoughts, but they're old thoughts that are coming to fruition for you or emerging for you to look at now at this time in your life. You're prepared. Your psyche is preparing you to deal with some old scary thoughts that you have buried. So I can ask you where in your past, since old represents something of the past, and um, since it's a female figure, it represents your old ideas or scary thinking or some scary activity, something in the masculine side of your life, which is your thinking. Uh, what old scary thoughts are reemerging for you in your real life?
Wow, that's actually amazing because did go through a traumatic experience in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't even relate it to that.
That's how our dreams are able to our dreams are able to get through to us because they come in symbols, and that way there's some type of incremental desensitization for us to be able to finally deal with things. And now you are ready to face this buried trauma because it's here for you. It's presented itself to you for you to contemplate on and talk with somebody. I do take private consultations as well, but you're ready to deal with this issue that has plagued the back of your mind. And sometimes we just need to wait for the right time when we can be prepared to deal with things. So
That's amazing.
I
Thank you so much.
appreciate you calling in with your dream, sharing that. Contact me anytime. My contact is there. My book is The Dream Class, Know Your Dreams, Know Yourself, and tell your friends to subscribe to our channel. See you next week. And
Thank you so much.
thank you for calling, and I'm ready for another caller.
Hello,
Who am I speaking with?
this is Zoe.
Hi, Zoe. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, waiting for you to share what you have to share with me.
So I don't dream too often, but I have this reoccurring dream that I am falling down sort of the inside of a stairwell.
And this is reoccurring. So when
Yes.
we have a reoccurring dream, Zoe, that is definitely some unfinished business. Our subconscious mind, our psyche, wants us to eventually work something out, and it gives it to us incrementally till we're ready to handle it. And And the reoccurring dream of going down and falling, you say it's a falling dream. So when we're falling, we're up in our heads. Again, I talked about being up in your head is up somewhere. When you're going down, you're coming down into your feelings. The feeling centeredness is feminine. So if you are continually in your head and your masculine mode, which there's nothing wrong with a woman being in her masculine mode, where when we're all working, we're in our everybody's masculine at work, but then we need to balance our lives and with being in our feminine too, which is our feeling centeredness, not just always thinking, doing, action, go-getter. We have to nurture our feminine. So where in your life are you overworking or overachieving and forgetting to take care of you and how you feel?
I think just work in general. I've been working a lot this past year. It's working really hard and a lot of late hours. So definitely just in work.
So when you have a dream like this, it's telling you to cease and desist. And when we don't pay attention to our subconscious mind, it will get you in the end anyway. So that's how people get sick, when they don't pay attention to what their needs are. So when you have the falling dream, it's telling you, it's alerting you, it's time to take a break, it's time to take a bubble bath, get a massage, slow down, take a walk on the beach, and get into your feeling centeredness and your feminine. So balance your life with work and pleasure, and feed your feminine. So this is the message your dream is bringing to you.
Wonderful. I definitely need to probably nurture myself more.
Nurture yourself and be open to being nurtured by others too. So this is how we have a balanced life, not too far one way or the other. And this is part of the work that I've studied too, is androgynous semantic realignment from my longtime mentor, is balancing our lives so that we can operate on all burners. On if we need to work, we can go full board this way, but we can also be in our feminine and be balanced human being. So, any other
that.
questions?
That's very insightful.
And I take private consultations, and my information is at the bottom of the screen. And again, the dream class, Know Your Dreams, Know Yourself. And thank you again for calling. I am ready for another caller. Yes? Hello?
Hello?
Who am I speaking with?
Hey, this is Erin.
Hi, Erin. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Let's hear what you have to ask me about dreams in general, or a dream you have.
Yeah, no, I do have a dream. I had a recurring dream as a child, and I don't have it anymore, but I've always been curious about what the heck it means because it was so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So my dream was I'd be in bed and I'd feel kind of paralyzed. Like it wasn't scary paralyzed. It's kind of like when you go numb, like when you sleep on your arm wrong and you're kind of like it feels heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be like heavy in my bed and my eyes would be open. I'd see all my furniture in my room come up in the air, get bigger and then get smaller. Like it would just like change sizes and then go out the door.
Your furniture
And I would
went
just be
out the
sitting
door
there
after
watching
it went. Your furniture went out the door after it changed sizes?
Yes. What
And
does it mean?
were you left in your bed?
Yeah, and then at some point I would wake up. It was always a short dream. Like it would probably only last like a couple of minutes, and
Dreams
there was no real ending.
No, that's not the story that's important. It's the images. So the dreams can be a snippet and be very impactful. So were you were in your dream? You were awakened, or you were just happened to be lying in your bed?
Yeah, I just was happened to be lying in my bed watching it all happen.
Watching this chaos happening with your furniture.
Yes.
Okay. So when we're in our house, that is our self. And how old were you when you had this recurring dream?
I think I had it like throughout like 8, 9, 10, like up until maybe early high school.
So I ask you, I had recurring nightmares, what we used to call nightmares. I call them just scary images now because all our dreams wish us well, trying to bring us messages to come out of a scary place emotionally so we can come to some resolve. So you felt chaos somehow in your home life. You're a little girl when this is happening, and there must have been some chaos in your home. And does this ring true for you that there was some chaos?
No,
No chaos.
I actually had a really great childhood.
Okay, but there was something changing. There was something that was morphing. You said it went from the furniture was going from big to large, small to large, and changing sizes.
Yeah.
So you were seeing things change around you. Nevertheless, there were some changes going on. You said 8, 9 years old, and what we want to do is relate to the dream, relate it to our waking life. So at 8 or 9 years old, was it in school? There was something where you felt some in the dream when all this was happening. Were you disturbed by it, or you were just sort of witnessing it happening?
I was just kind of witnessing it happening, and it was just a strange thing to witness.
Okay. Well, when you were witnessing things around you as a child, and if it was telling you to pay attention to something, but sometimes we block things out. We think everything is hunky-dory, but a lot of times children know things that aren't necessarily outwardly evident that's going on in our families or our school chums or our lives. There may be chaos, but it may seem to be like the perfect world, but somehow your psyche was reading between the lines that it was not so perfect, and it was a little chaotic. I'm reading chaos out of this. There was some kind of undercurrent chaos that was going on when you were a child that you were reading. See, children are closer to their sixth sense than adults are. So what my work does is I'm retraining people to get in touch with their own sixth sense, and we do it through the back door of our dreams. So at that time, you're closer to your natural psychic self, and you did sense some chaos going on there. Now, you may not now remember what it was, but you did sense something going on in your life, and your hands were tied. You were paralyzed, so to speak. Nothing you could do about it except witness it or feel it. So I would say you were feeling something that wasn't so kosher or copacetic, but there was nothing you could do about it. So you had to just basically blow it off or watch it happen. So sometime think about that, and in the future, tell me, call again and tell me a current dream, and we can relate it to what's going on in your life and how to resolve things at the time. Thank you. Thank you, caller. Well, I heard a funny noise on this line. It went bing, bing, bing. And okay, we can talk about all kinds of dreams, and hopefully we have another caller. Oh, there's another bing, bing, bing. And we have colors in our dreams as well. It will be trees, animals, and such. And so from things, it goes like tables, cars, chairs. Okay, then nature.
Enter your 6-digit PIN number.
We go to people. When we dream of people, we are coming closest to getting the message.
Welcome, host. You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the call-in studio web interface.
I'm waiting for the caller to come through. Anyway, so within those categories, we have the yin and yang, the
Hello?
feminine and the masculine. Oh, I have a caller. Who am I speaking with?
Hi,
Hi.
this is George.
Hi, George. How are
Hi.
you? So, what do you have, a dream for me or a question about dreams?
I have such a often a recurring dream that's so consistent, the theme, or it's thematic, but it's
Mm-hmm.
it's like been probably over a decade of a very similar theme of rejection in all forms.
Mm-hmm. Let's
Um,
have one specific.
Earlier on, it was romantic,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's sort of bled into like career. So like people I've never even met that I admire will like reject me in my dreams, and uh, somebody I may not even be aware I have a crush on will reject me in my dreams, and
Mm-hmm. Okay.
yeah, it's
Well,
really
can
really
I have a specific
recurring.
dream? Give me a one that's the most current one, let's say.
Okay. Well, there's a director I love, um, and I'm at dinner with this director and one of his favorite actors, and at first I'm really excited to be there because it's a big opportunity and to finally sit down with him, and then I guess I'm too overeager or too excited, and they clearly seem disgusted by me.
Now is
By like how much.
who is there besides the director? The director is a male.
Yeah, the director's a male, and so is one of the actors that he
So
often
there's
works
two
with,
male figures
and they both.
who you feel are judging
Hmm.
you. Okay, so you feel like you're being judged by these two people who you admire, right? Am I right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and you feel that they are not happy with your presentation or who you are. Is that it?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just so you know, in your dreams, everyone and everything is represents an aspect of yourself. So there are men in this dream, and they're part of you, the aspects of you that you respect, the areas. But these are men in your dreams represent your feelings. So there are
Hmm.
ways you feel about yourself that you have feelings of self-rejection. So,
Oh yeah.
okay, and so feelings of rejection is something to look at and meditate on. I encourage my people to meditate, and meditate just means contemplate that about where in my life do I deny myself or not honor my self-worth, or why am I not deserving. So with men I say, where in your life do you think you're not deserving, and
Mm.
then you get to the bottom of that. Keep going down the rabbit hole with that until you um, really understand that it is your own feelings of personal rejection or your lack of deserving. So and how long has it been when you started having these feelings of inadequacy, I would say?
Oh gosh, probably over 15 years ago, I was in a horrible relationship, and even after it ended, I was haunted in the dreams by her rejecting me, even though I was, done with it.
Okay,
But
so yeah, so you were
yeah.
done with that person, but that person left you with the feelings that you have about yourself. So you turned it inwards on yourself, saying, "Why am I so undeserving?" Instead of looking at it and saying, "Well, that wasn't a match," and moving on and being deserving somewhere else, being deserving of love, being deserving of a career, being deserving of healthy friendships, healthy relationships on all levels, and a flourishing career. So here's where you can do more work on um, on your self-worth, your deserving of a flourishing life.
Hmm. Yeah, that's dead on.
Okay, so that's where we do deeper work. When if you want to call me sometime and set up an appointment, we can really go down the rabbit hole with that and clean out the gunk. But
Okay.
the dreams are
Thank you.
really a back door to find out where the work is we need to do. So here's where the work
Right.
is for you. Now if you want to, work with somebody to clean it out, that's what we do.
Mhm. Okay.
And
Great.
we want you to be able to flourish on all aspects of your life.
Yeah,
And
that'd be
I
great.
know you must deserve it, or you wouldn't have called in.
Yeah, maybe.
Thank you so much for calling in. I so appreciate it. And again, the link to my book is on the right down below, and to be able to contact
Mhm.
me directly is here. And tell your friends to subscribe. Thank you again, caller.
All right. Thank you. Yeah. Have
Now
a good
I'd
night.
like to give you a tidbit to a great takeaway to remember your dreams. Not everyone remembers their dreams, and chapter 7 in my book is how to capture your dreams. So the most important thing I'll leave you with is keep a pad and pen by your bed every night. Some people use a recording device, but I really still recommend the old-fashioned journal because you have a record of it there for you, and you write your dream upon waking, but keep your eyes closed in that 3 to 4 minute period called the Lyman state, which is between conscious and unconscious states of consciousness. So keep your eyes closed, write your dream, at least a few symbols down before you open your eyes, and that's the beginning. I'm ready for another caller. Hello.
Hi.
Who am I speaking with?
Dina.
Dina, what can I do for you? Do you have a dream for me?
I do.
Good.
So I'd go for it?
Go for it.
Okay. So it's happened several times when I go to like new places or like even at home or wherever I'm sleeping, where I'll feel like I'm awake, and I don't sleepwalk or anything, but I literally levitate on my back throughout the entire like area that I'm in, and out the door and through the entire, like, say there's a living room or something. And sometimes every now and again this happens, and I'll see people who've passed away. Weird. And it feels super real. And then I'll go back, like float back to wherever I'm sleeping at, and then wake up either screaming or I cry.
Okay.
That's
so
very weird.
Dreams
And,
can
and when I was in a relationship, it was something that like, yeah, I drove me a little crazy.
Yeah, I understand that. I screamed a lot in times in my life too. I got into this work over 25 years ago, and I was very active and vocal dreamer too. And so you feel like you're levitating and moving out of your bed, and you feel like you're going into another space, into another room. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. And then
So it's in the space that I'm in. Like, say I've walked around this house and I'm like an Airbnb and I'm staying there tonight, and like I levitate through the entire place that I'm staying at.
Mhm.
Like, it's very weird.
Mhm. No. Okay. Well, you're scoping it out, but you're not connected. The thing is, you're up in your head, so you're really not coming all the way down into your feeling centeredness. So I asked you where you are not grounded, so that to some point you're not being grounded in your life, and you're up in your head, and you you don't feel necessarily connected to the earth. Now, you said you've seen people from your past who are passed away, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, everyone in our dreams, whether they're alive or passed on, is aspects of ourselves. So and the people that have been deceased in your dream, were they male and female, and
No, just male.
always male? Okay. So those are
Mhm.
feelings. And how, when you saw them in your dream state, did you have some communication with them, or you just witnessed them being there?
Only one did I have communication with,
Mm-hmm.
and this was my grandpa.
Your your grandpa. And he was a positive or negative influence in your life?
Oh, positive for sure.
Positive. Okay. So that represents an old feeling, and you're yearning for your psyche is yearning for getting some kind of nurturing from an old feeling. And so these other deceased figures there, were they other figures who were positive in your life as well?
Yes.
Okay. So those are feelings. You are yearning. Your subconscious mind is trying to tell you to come back to your good feeling-centered self and come out of your head and come down to earth, get grounded however you can find a way to ground yourself. Now, I tell women, get into your, whatever it takes to get into your body, your feeling-centered self. So taking baths, getting massages, getting your nails done, getting a pedicure, whatever nurtures the body. The body is feminine, the mind is masculine. So I don't know what you do for a living, but you're working and you're in your head a lot, and your psyche is telling you, get back to your feeling-centeredness, because that's going to feel good to you. Those images that you were seeing in your levitating state were feel-good feelings, and feel-good feelings from the past. So the grandfather one was the old past. So you, at one time in your life, you were feeling centered and centered in your feelings, and now you've gotten away from that, and you need to find ways to reground yourself.
That sounds about right.
Well, that's the plight of us modern women. We need to balance our lives, and this is what it's telling you to do. So thank you so much for calling, and
yeah, thank you. This is great.
I'm ready for another caller. I'm here for you. The plight of us modern women. Hi. Caller.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi. Hi, this is Christina.
Christina, how are you? Now,
I'm very well, thank you.
Do you have a dream to share with me?
I do. I have two, and you can choose.
Okay.
So I have one they're both recurring.
Okay.
So one is when I fly. I literally wave my arms. And the harder I wave them, the higher I go. Mm-hmm. And I fly above, and then I'll have to rest. And then I will get to fly some more. But it's always kind of in a chase situation. And the other one is I'm always in the waves. The waves are coming, and they come in sets, and then they rest, and then they come in sets, and they're gonna break all the windows in my house or the restaurant I'm in.
Okay.
So
let's
you
go to
pick.
the first one. Let's do one at a time. So the one where you are flying, I had the flying dreams as a child, and I was kidnapped and molested as a child. So I will ask you, what are you trying to run away from in your dreams? And is there something specific you feel like you're trying to get away from it when you're flying and doing this arm thing? Are you there? Hello? Did I lose
It's generally fear. So sorry. Yeah, no, it was I put it on mute with my ear. So it's generally fear of something, like trying to rush and beat like the crowd. Does that make sense?
You're up in the air. Again, I'm getting a lot of females today who are up in their head, and I think people do. It comes in waves with me. So you're another
right.
one who is. Sounds to me like you're in your yang, which is your masculine part of life. You're working, you're striving, you're struggling, and you're exhausted, and you have to take a break, and then you go at it again, and you're up in your head again, working, achieving,
yes.
And then you have to take a rest again. So in that instance, I'm telling you to honor that, honor when you need to rest and get into your feminine and your feeling centeredness and nurture your body. Now we'll go to the other dream. Now water dreams are always very interesting because they represent our sensual, sexual relationship side of life. So if you're feeling like these waves come in sets And are they big waves? Do you seem to be afraid of them, or do they just?
Yes.
So they're
I grew up.
scary
I grew up at the beach, though. So yeah, they're big waves, and they come in sets, and they're huge, and they're threatening.
They're threatening. So there's a and this is a current dream. This is another recurrent dream.
Yeah, it's a recurrent dream. I haven't had it recently, but it comes and goes, and it's come and gone for many years.
Well,
yeah.
It sounds like you're not haven't gotten comfortable in relationship yet. That relationships right now are still scary to you. So you haven't come to a place.
Completely. Thank you.
You haven't
yes.
come to a place. Well, that's what we can work on. At least the dreams bring us to where we need to do the work. So like I said, the dreams are a back door to get us to figure out where you need to do the work. Now, where you need to do the work is finding out how you can be comfortable with relationships. If you want to try to be in a relationship, a healthy relationship for you, because right now, if they come to you, if you get presented with one, it's scary for you. You don't quite know how to handle it. And in the dream, how do you handle it? Do you dive under or jump over it, or what? How do you handle it?
I generally run away.
You run away. Okay.
yeah.
Now, does that sound like something you can relate to in life with relationships?
Yes, or try to hide it in some way and not, hide myself, which is running away too, right?
Okay, so isn't it beautiful what our dreams tell us when we know what we're looking for?
They do.
So
yeah, they give you. They point you to the right direction.
They point you to where you need to do the work, and you can make an appointment with me sometime, and we can work on desensitizing you and giving you some tools to be in a healthy relationship, or to find a healthy relationship, or being open, allowing yourself to be vulnerable enough to be in an open enough to be in a relationship. And you'd be surprised, the waters start calming down, and sometimes you'll find yourself in a bucolic lake.
Well, I need one of those. I'm really tired of those big waves. So how do I find you? dreams@thedreamclass.com?
Yes, you can reach me at dreams@thedreamclass.com, and my book. And looks like I'm going to wrap it up, but I thank you, caller, for calling in, and I'm going to give some last comments on how.
All right. Good night. Thank you so much.
How dreams help us in our daily lives, and this is an example. Our last dream explains very clearly to us how we can use our dreams to connect to the issues that we need to solve in our daily lives. And we can get to things a lot quicker when we start understanding what's going on behind the scenes. Because we go through life, we've got a lot going on, we can get through the day, we can go to work, we can go to the store, we can feed ourselves, we can have some fun with our friends, but there's so much more. There's so much more behind the scenes in our unconscious. And I'm here to help you relate your dreams to your daily life. And my info again is Patricia Eltinge, and my website is dreams@thedreamclass. My website is thedreamclass.com, and my book, The Dream Class, Know Your Dreams, Know Yourself. It can be found on Amazon. And I want to thank my wonderful publisher, Eitan Bortzer at Veronica Lane Books, for producing my YouTube show and publishing my book. And I hope to see you all here, Know Your Dreams, next week.
Know your dreams and know yourself. Know for sure all your dreams. Always wish you well. Scary dreams and happy dreams do always wish you well. Come on, everybody dream on. Everybody dream on. Know your dreams and know yourself. 'Cause all dreams wish you well. Scary dreams, strange dreams.